welcome back to the Real Estate 401k show. It's been a while. We are a little bit rusty, but my name is Mike Weinstein. I'm alongside my partner, Ryan Gerdes. Ryan, it's been a while.
What's up, buddy?
I just
I like it. It's been so long. It feels like the episode, like the studio is new again. Like I'm like looking around. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah, we don't know what to do, but yeah. So I thought, you know what? Hey, let's just we were gone. We took off all of June, and I was amazed and had a lot of people reaching out. Like, man, we miss you guys. I didn't know anyone listened. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know anyone was listening.
Yeah.
And people were reaching out, going, "What the heck? Where have you guys been? When are you gonna lay down some new material and so forth?" So I thought today. Let's just be jackasses and talk about where we've been. And you've been busy. You've been all over the globe, my man.
Yeah. So it started May 26th. My son and a couple of my buddies and I decided to jump into that big old 12-passenger van that we've talked about before on other episodes, and we drove the first day 30 hours and made it up to Canada and route to Alaska. And it took a total of 30 hours the first couple days, and then we camped out at whatever hotel in whatever little town in southern whatever Alberta or British Columbia or whatever. And then
it's Canada. Who cares?
Well, it's crazy because like the way that you drive it, like you go back and forth between Alberta and BC like 2 or 3 times or whatever. And so it was, I didn't quite know exactly where we were. Plus, you just stir crazy from driving forever. But saw just some of the most beautiful country. Went through Banff, went through Jasper, went through all the Yukon, the road, the Alaskan highway going, from Yukon straight into to Tok, Alaska. Might be the shittiest road I've ever driven on in my life. Like it's an actual
kind of like going up to Crown King.
Yeah, it's an actual highway, but I don't think anyone's touched that road for 50 years. It's like dirt for a huge portion of it, and just potholes, and it's like off-roading. So that was an experience, and we were blessed with good weather, so we might have had 2 hours of rain the entire drive. But yeah, it took us 5 days to get to Homer, Alaska from Phoenix, Arizona. So
my question, and I'm not trying to compare the views with I-10, right? From Phoenix to Palm Springs. I'm definitely, I know
right.
We're not comparing the same thing, but you get to a point on I-10 where it just gets boring. It's the same old thing that you're looking at. Was it like that?
No, man. Like it's scenery that is just ever changing. I mean, it's the same, but it's ever changing. You're seeing massive mountainscapes and glaciers and some of the most beautiful forests and all the wildlife. We saw something like 17 bears just hanging out on the side of the road and 1 grizzly bear. It was pretty badass, dude. So
get out and feed it.
Well, yeah. Went over there and bitch smacked it.
Well, so probably not too early to plan, and we weren't even talking about doing this, but you got an amazing Airbnb in Homer, Alaska, one of the best places in the world to go halibut fishing. We're pretty much all locked up for 2024, but for our listeners looking to get some serious fishing done in 2025. Tell and just text the word Homer to what I don't even
623 AZ Recon. Yeah. I did that before too.
623 AZ Recon. I was like, okay,
shit. Yeah. So we've been number 1 for the past 2 summers. The hottest ticket in all of the Kenai. It's called the Kenai Peninsula, which is basically the peninsula just south of Anchorage, and we've been the number 1 Airbnb for the past couple of summers, and I mean it's been fantastic. So we are completely booked for 2024. We aren't taking any reservations yet on Airbnb for 2025, but if you
text us,
if you text into the show and are interested,
I'm doing the math.
Next summer.
That's not right. 623 AZ Recon. We're missing something. That's not enough. That's not enough numbers.
Try again, buddy.
Well, area code 623, right?
Uh-huh.
Then AZRECON. Yeah. So text the text, dude. It's been nuts. But text the word Homer.
Scrambled eggs brain.
Dude, text the word Homer, HOMER to 623 AZ Recon. So my son has opted to spend at least his first year of college at the Temple University campus in Tokyo, Japan,
He's
studying
insane.
international business. So I spent half of June taking him out there. And I mean, Japan, if I could figure out how to speak the language and sell real estate, we might have an office out there.
I mean, you're having a hard time counting, so I don't know about.
I could say one number in Japanese because it was just the two of us.
Ichi, ni, san, chi.
But dude, I think one of the things that I found about Tokyo, and we went to Kyoto and Osaka, was there's just this assumption where all you're eating is sushi. Man, they had
heaven.
It was great, but they had KFCs on every corner. They had McDonald's. But you could have pizza, you could have sushi, you can have noodles, you can have sandwiches. It was just a wide variety of food options, and it's so damn cheap. Like we would go out and eat and stuff our faces for a meal, $20, and it is inappropriate in Japan to offer a gratuity. So no tipping.
Man.
I saved like $700 just in tips.
And I think that my brother-in-law has all these, like quirky facts, and I think it's Christmas in Japan. Everyone eats KFC.
Quentin's nodding his head.
Yeah, is it Christmas or Thanksgiving? I think it's Christmas.
Well, they don't celebrate Thanksgiving there.
Well, that would make sense. So it'd be Christmas, yeah. And like KFC. Like they sell like billions of dollars worth of KFC on Christmas just in Japan only.
Well, so and what people think of it or what you've heard of it is pretty accurate. The people are just beautiful. They're so polite. They're so kind.
I love the culture.
Everything is clean. You could eat off the sidewalk. They're out there every morning cleaning the sidewalks in front of their shops, cleaning the windows. There is no spandex anywhere, right? I mean, just people. It's just crazy. It's incredible. And then we got back to LAX. I'm like, we are a bunch of slobs, entitled people here in America. I was like, that was the culture shock.
Yeah. Oh no, I might have opted to take the trip the other way around the world if I had to. Anything to avoid LA.
So you're in Alaska for a while. You got the family out there.
We're fishing. We're doing stuff around the house. We're hiking. We're enjoying everything, and then we come back.
Come back for a day.
Two nights.
2 nights while I'm in Japan. So I hadn't even seen you for like 4 or 5 weeks. Man.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
I was going through withdrawals, buddy.
And then you decide to go to Italy.
Dude.
It
was my daughter's graduation. She got a full ride to ASU, and so I was like, well, I guess we can splurge a little bit. If she didn't get a full ride, it would have been a staycation at the Hilton or something like that. But she did a good job over there saving Daddy some money. So we went to Italy. we flew into Rome, and then we had 2 nights in Rome. Rome was amazing. We did all the things. The Vatican, St. Peter's, and the Colosseum, the Roman Forum, and just walking around the streets of Rome. Unbelievable. Food was amazing, of course. And then went down to the Amalfi Coast, stayed in Sorrento, but then trekked all around the Amalfi Coast and did a cooking class there. It was absolutely unbelievable. And then went up to Florence. Like, we moved a lot, dude. We were like 2 nights in each town, and then we were gone. So it was Rome, Sorrento, Florence. It was warm in Florence, but awesome. Venice, just an enchanting little town, and just unbelievable. And then cruised over to a little town called Manarola, which is part of Cinque Terre, that little region up there. And then over to Barcelona. Barcelona. We actually stayed 3 nights there, and my son Mickey, he got his fill there because he's a big time volleyball guy, and there's just sand volleyball everywhere. We were maybe 200 yards away from the beach, and he just walked over there and play for 6-7 hours a day.
Oh
and,
my gosh.
And yeah, so it was.
So he's an international volleyball star.
Yes, he is. So
I feel like we got to bring some value to our listeners. So what's the one or two things with Italy like you're like, okay, if our listeners are thinking about going, what you got to do?
okay, I mean, there's the Eurail there is very challenging. You're gonna really want to pay close attention and watch a bunch of YouTube videos and figure out how to make sure all of everything is lined up there. I mean, because they even sold us a ticket for a train that never existed. So we were pretty pissed off. And so I was like, I don't know. This is the train number. This is the
How does that happen?
And I'm showing it to the lady at the register. Because I'm like, where the hell is our train? She goes, I have no idea. That train that ride doesn't
the
exist.
Ghost train.
Yeah, and so of course I was frustrated. And one thing I didn't mention, because I don't want to talk about anything negative about it, but I did get sick as a dog, so it was also difficult because my brain was scrambled eggs. I couldn't count either. A couple of the days I was completely bedridden. I had food poisoning, strep throat, or the flu, or what, just kind of like all this stuff, and it was. So I won't give you any details on that, but it was just brutal. And so I'm kind of captaining the whole vacation, and it's hard to navigate when, all you can think about is how cruddy you feel. So that part sucked, but it was definitely overshadowed by the beauty, by the experience. I was so happy to get to bond with the kids and share that experience with them, and it was amazing. But God bless USA.
God bless USA. We may love America, but I don't know about Americans sometimes. For me,
Fair.
going back to Japan, I think my two tips. One, and it goes back to the train system and the subway system. So you go up and you buy your ticket at a machine, and they give you like a little carnival ticket. And then when you go through, the little gate to get into the actual train station itself, you got to put your ticket in, right? Mm-hmm. And the door opens up and you go through. What I didn't know the first time is it also spits out your ticket at the end, and you need that ticket when you get to your destination to actually leave the train station. So that got a little awkward.
There was probably instructions there, but it was in Japanese. So.
Yeah, exactly. And I would just recommend anyone going to Tokyo. It's worth the money. It's worth a 2-hour train ride to go south to Kyoto. That was my takeaway. It was an amazing city. The amount, if you like shopping, I have never seen this much shopping in my entire life. Just little places to go and get
Cool.
this and get that. And then the third thing, we ended up going to taking the train and went to Hiroshima. And
No kidding.
It was incredibly impressive and a great experience to have your kids there with you, or I had my one son
I've
with me.
I've often wondered about that.
It was amazing because we're looking at this structure, and it was I forgot what it was, but it's a partial structure, one of the only structures still standing at ground zero of the
Holy
Hiroshima
shit.
bomb. So you're sitting there and you're looking up and you're like, holy crap, this is where it blew up. So.
That's insane. Well, to talk about the value add here, none of this would have happened if we hadn't been investing in real estate. This is all the things that we've been talking about. We do it, and we both got to spend a month of enjoying the fruits of our labor with our family, because I know you're very similar to me. I don't go and buy $100,000 vehicles. I don't have a $50,000 watch. I don't do any of those things. Whenever I have anything disposable, I'm investing in it, or I'm traveling, and it's because I invest that I'm able to travel, and I know it's the same for you. And so, if there's any real big takeaway from this episode, it is that we're not just some shark style investors. It's our job, We take it very seriously. We're professional investors, and that's what we want to teach all of our listeners, all of our clients, all of our agents, everyone in our ecosystem. This is what we're teaching. This is what we're preaching and doing, and then we get to occasionally once a year spend a whole month just traveling the world. And dude, I wouldn't trade it for anything else, man.
I know. And people are like, man, you're so lucky you guys get to go do that. I'm like, I'm telling you right now, luck is a result of hard work.
For sure.
and strategies.
No doubt, dude.
And neither one of us are trust babies and so
Nope.
forth, but it's a great point, and we would love to help you start down that road and understand the strategies and the processes, no matter what the market looks like. But how do you invest in real estate? How do you start building your real estate portfolio, or how do you start expanding your real estate portfolio? We'd love to have that conversation with you. All you have to do is text the word INVEST to 623-AZ-RECON. That's INVEST to 623-AZ-RECON.